Hi guys, Mandy here. Just gonna get situated for story time. I have Bronwyn here again, and I hope you don't get bored of her. I just am obsessed with this baby girl. I love her so much. I just can't get over her. I don't know, there's just something about the Tegan kit. There's something about the way Kari painted her. She just is my favorite girl right now. And yeah, new baby will be here you know, soon enough, and you'll get some videos of him. And I had to do some videos of Beckett as well, because I love that little chunky monkey too. But Bronwyn just speaks to me, and she wanted to be part of story time. I actually have a special book to share with you. This book is a Stella story by Marie-Louise Gay, and she's a Canadian author. Actually, I think there might be a picture of her in here. Oh no, not that this one doesn't have a picture of her, but she is an amazing author. I found out or started reading, I don't know where my brain was going with that, the Stella books when I was a preschool teacher. Someone had brought in a Stella book for show and share, and I remember reading it and thinking, wow, this is such good writing. This is awesome. This little redhead curly haired girl. Actually, Stella, you might know this if you've watched my videos for a while, was my first name choice for Emma, but Jordan was like, seriously? Everybody's gonna yell, Stella! I'm like, that's way before our time. That's gonna be way before these kids' time. Nobody's gonna say that to her. And I actually met Marie-Louise Gay. She came to our mall one summer, and Emma was just a little tiny thing. How old would she? I think she was 2, because I was pregnant with Tristan. And sorry, I was trying to find her signature. I actually have her, she signed this book for us. We brought it to the mall. She was there. She did a reading of one of the Stella books, and she wrote, "To Emma," a little bunny, and then her signature. And it was so funny because Emma was 2 years old, and here we are standing in line to get her signature. Her and the person at Chapters who was running the event was standing behind her. They see this little girl come up, and they're like, oh, hi. Think she's so cute, but thought she doesn't know anything about books or anything. And Mary looked at Emma and said, do you know who I am? And Emma looked up at her, this little teeny tiny blonde haired girl, and said, yeah, you're the author of my books. And she just laughed and thought she was adorable. I told her that Stella would have been her name if it had been my way, and she said, oh, Stella's a beautiful name. It should be her name. It's funny. But Marie is the fiery redhead. I'm sure Stella is a little bit of her. I just love that woman. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to read a very special book, When Stella Was Very Small. I have a lot of Stella books, so this doesn't have to be the only one I read you. For Heather. Oh, the pictures. She not only writes the books, she's also the illustrator, and her drawings are phenomenal. I wish I had some talent like this. When Stella was very small, she thought she was a turtle. Just gonna have to back up a tiny bit to let you see the pictures without the glare. It is raining here again, so it's overcast. She thought that she was a goldfish. Look at that tiny little cutie. But being a dog was even better. When Stella was very small, she lived in a very big house. She could see the whole world from the top of the living room couch. Remember being that small when you thought your backyard was like the biggest adventure you'd ever go on? Stella couldn't open doors, look through keyholes, or even tie her shoes. Oh, but she was a clever girl. She found ways. But she could race against her rubber ducks in the enormous Olympic-sized pool. She always won. I totally remember being little and thinking the bathtub was huge. And now I have a bubble bath now and I'm like, ah. Look at her little butt. I love her drawings. When Stella was very, very small, words looked like ants running off the page. Butterflies flew on the walls, and cups jumped off the table just like that. Nothing to do with her. It just happened that way. Every night before going to bed, Stella listened to the trees talking. They told her stories about holding up the sky with their branches and tickling the bellies of the smallest clouds. Love her imagination. When Stella was very, very small, she explored the great tropical jungle behind her house. There she saw a ferocious man-eating tiger and a giant slithering snake. Huge insects buzzed around her ears. There's the man-eating tiger. Beyond the tropical jungle, there was a desert that stretched on forever. One terribly windy day, Stella nearly lost her way during a windstorm. Oh my. And once, when Stella was very, very small, it snowed so much, the whole world disappeared. But now that Stella is big, she feeds the goldfish. She walks much faster than a turtle, and she carries the dog around like a little sack of potatoes. She plays hide and seek with the neighbor's cat and examines the worms and tiny insects in her backyard. The world changes as you grow up. It's no longer a sandy desert. Now that Stella is big, the ants in her books have become words, and the words have become stories. Now Stella can read these stories to her little brother Sam. Yes, they actually turned this into a Disney Junior show. I'm not sure if it aired in the States, but Stella and Sam from these books. Stella can also teach Sam how to be a snake or a rabbit or a bird. And that's the end of the story. Thank you for joining me on story time. I actually had the whole box set of the original Stella books. There was all these books. And then I think I got rid of them because I have a big book of them all together. So I can definitely read another Stella book. And just before Emma moved on, when she was a little older and she was reading books by herself, she came out with Sam stories. So I never did pick up a Sam book, but I should find one. Tristan might like it. Thanks for joining me. I am going to do a giveaway soon on my story time videos. I have a couple of goodies already. I'm going to make up a goodie bag. Jackie actually inspired me when she did her goodie bag giveaway. So I'm doing up a little, if I could talk, a little giveaway of goodies inspired by my book boxes. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're checking in on the story time videos so you can be a part of that. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I hope it stops raining here. There's actually some flood warnings in the areas around me. We're actually not directly affected by it, but it's kind of a scary thought. They're telling the people on Toronto Island that they should be having a bag ready just in case they have to move to higher grounds. And it's kind of scary thought. Like, that hasn't actually been a thing in this area, so it's kind of crazy to think that this is happening. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Love you all, and I will see you again on my next video. Gotta go check all the messages I was getting. I don't know if you heard my phone going off. Somebody's calling me. Bye guys.